span? Welcome, everyone. Why don't you be seated? Okay. I'm Dr. Sandy Hirsch, and it is my privilege to serve as professor and director of the School of Library and Information Science and to preside over today's convocation to celebrate you and your accomplishments. Today represents the culmination of all your hard work, and I would like to welcome you and your families. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you all to make sure your cell phones are turned off. And all of the names of our graduates will be read out today, including the names of those who are not able to join us. And we're also recording everything, and that will be available up on our Convocation website. So today we are gathered for a convocation, which is a calling together. We are here today to celebrate your accomplishments, which you accomplished with the love and support of the people who are closest to you, your parents, your siblings, your partners and children, some of whom may be even sharing this special event with you today. This is the school's 46th convocation since we achieved accreditation. Our mission is to educate professionals and develop leaders who organize, manage, and enable the effective use of information and ideas to contribute to the well-being of our global communities. And there is so much to celebrate in our school. We're the largest school of library and information science in the world, with almost 2,000 graduate students in 46 states and in 17 countries. We have a large graduating class this year. There's over 550 students that are graduating. Our graduates today represent a good cross-section of the overall student body, with our graduates coming from 41 states and several countries, including Canada, Bermuda, and Japan. In addition to our nationally ranked and accredited MLIS degree, we offer several other online programs, including a teacher librarian program, a master's in archives and records administration degree, a Gateway PhD program in partnership with the Queensland University of Technology, and a postmaster's certificate in library and information science program, which was just launched last spring. And I'm very pleased today to celebrate our first individuals to complete the postmaster certificate, and also our very first individuals and doctoral students to graduate from the San Jose Gateway PhD program. Let's give them a round of applause. It's exciting. We offer our students a broad range of courses, enabling them to design their curriculum to best meet their needs and interests. As an example, our courses range from the history of books to mobile devices, services, and applications to cybersecurity. Our school has launched new initiatives, such as our highly successful virtual Library 2.0 conferences that we have co-chaired since 2011. As new alumni, it is my hope that you will participate in the upcoming Library 2.013 conference in October to build your professional connections, share your knowledge with others, and continue your lifelong learning. Another new initiative we are launching in the fall is a MOOC, a massively open online course. Dr. Michael Stevens will teach about the Hyperlink Library in this MOOC format. And this is another way that you can continue your professional development and connection with the school after you graduate. We are very fortunate to have exceptional award-winning faculty and students who are influencing the future of the profession. This year, 5 of our faculty were awarded for their teaching excellence in our partnership with other online schools. I would like to acknowledge our faculty who are before you on the stage, and also our staff who are working very hard to ensure that everything runs smoothly today. So let's give them a big round of applause. We all work to support you in your education and as you enter into the professional world. To help you on your way, as a graduation gift from SLIS, I am very pleased to announce that we are giving each graduate this year a complimentary 1-year membership extension to the San Jose State University Career Center. So this membership includes access to resources such as resume workshops, interview workshops, Sparta Jobs online job search database, and more. It is our hope that this gift, coupled with the skills and knowledge you gained during your time in the SLIS program, will position you well to launch your successful career. I highly encourage you to let our school know when you land that job after graduation, and that you continue to stay in touch with us in the future as you progress throughout your career. To help you to do that, last week we just launched a new initiative called the Alumni Career Spotlights. On our website, you can fill out a form that explains about your career and also gives you the opportunity to make yourself available to talk with future students about your work. I hope that you will let us know about your exciting careers so that we can celebrate with you, celebrate your accomplishments, and also share in the excitement of your new position. As San Jose State University graduates, you bear the responsibility today and tomorrow for demonstrating the impact that librarians and information professionals have on the well-being of their communities, whether it's in a college or university environment, governmental environment, school environment, public library environment, or in corporate environments. Congratulations to all of you. You've done it. You should be very proud of your accomplishments, and I can tell you that we are very proud of you. Congratulations. So I'd like to now introduce our dean, because we are supported in our work by the larger university, and I'm very pleased to introduce a very dear friend of our school, our dean of the College of Applied Sciences and Arts, Dr. Charlie Bullock.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the College of Applied Sciences and Arts and the San Jose State University, I welcome you today. It's a privilege to be part of this 2013 commencement ceremony, to stand before a group of students, present physically and some later virtually, who have completed the requirements for a master's degree in library and information science. You have been challenged, tested, and stretched, and I know our curriculum and professors have inspired and stimulated you to perform at your peak. Maybe sometimes you thought beyond your peak. I hope that our program lived up to your expectations. During your time as a student at San Jose State University, while you studied and learned online, you saw bold, creative, and innovative ideas put forth by your faculty and your fellow students. You may even have experienced a few bumps in the road, but I'm sure that you've learned from those as well. The School of Library and Information Science and their outstanding faculty have provided you with a rich and contemporary intercultural knowledge that has expanded your understanding of the complex ways individuals interact with and within systems. You've acquired the intellectual sophistication to be successful in the dynamic field of information. I have confidence that each of you, in your own way, will contribute significantly to your profession. Ultimately, the relevance and value of your education will be determined by how well you convert your learning into action and service. Continue to make us proud as you make your professional and personal mark throughout your future. Commencement is the most important celebration that takes place at a university. It's a sign of what we do, what we're all about, a real highlight of the year. So be as proud of your education as we are of you. You have every reason to be proud. You're part of the first and only fully virtual program at San Jose State University. You're graduating from San Jose State's School of Library and Information Science, which is an award-winning program that has one of the most innovative curricula in the entire university. As you know, it is a program that is technologically at the forefront of education. It is the largest program of its kind in the world, and once again, it is ranked among the top programs in the field by U.S. News and World Report and many other rankings. And it is number one in the area of e-learning. Your family and friends, your faculty, advisors, and mentors are all extremely proud of you and your accomplishments and the education you've worked so hard to earn. And I indeed share in that pride. So graduates, on behalf of the College of Applied Sciences and Arts, I extend my very best wishes to each of you and congratulate you as San Jose State graduates. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So each year, the faculty invites a student who best exhibits the academic, leadership, and professional characteristics reflective of our students and program to address the convocation. This student receives the Ken Haycock Award for Exceptional Professional Practice, and it is asked to serve as the graduation speaker. This year's speaker is Shelley Owens. I am very pleased that Shelley was selected as this year's graduation speaker. She demonstrates how versatile a degree in library and information science is. While she focused her coursework on special libraries and information literacy, she's interested in applying her new degree by working in academic libraries. She will be aided in this pursuit by how actively she participated in the school and the profession while she was a student in the program. Here are some examples of her leadership and professional accomplishments. She served as the student social media manager for SLIS Connect, the school's student alumni group, and will change roles after graduation to become the alumni social media manager. She served 2 years with the Bay Area chapter of the Special Library Association as the academic relations chair. She actively volunteers her time, for example, with the Borders Without Horizons program at the Oakland Public Library. And she has also been a member of several professional associations, including ALA, SLA, and the California Library Association. I look forward to the great things that Shelley will accomplish with her MLIS degree from our program. And again, I'm very pleased that Shelley will continue her connection with SLIS through SLIS Connect. Today, she represents all of our graduates here. It's my pleasure to present Shelley Owens.
So I have a quick bit of organizational duties. Could everyone smile? You guys too. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Hirsch, for that introduction. And I'd also like to thank the faculty for the honor of this award and the anxiety and pressure of now living up to it. Thanks so much. Before I start, I have a quick note to aside. Giving a speech is a funny thing, and not something I've done before. I've gotten suggestions on how to manage the anxiety and how to be funny, and a lot of requests for things that people would like to see included, sort of like a little secret nod in their direction. Even faculty, who I won't name, Dr. Bernier, inferred that nothing is off limits. I tried to include everything, but there were a few non sequiturs that just couldn't be worked in. Instead, I decided the best way to handle this so that everyone would feel included is to just list the things that didn't quite fit in my speech. To that extent, boobs. Baba Booey. If we don't, the overlords win. And finally, for the amazing support from the ePortfolio Face Group, Commando. I want to welcome you all to this momentous ceremony. Faculty, family, and friends, and the happiest of all, graduates. Or as we should actually now call ourselves, the liberated. You guys have been through it all. Multiple projects all due on the same day, 5 pounds of PDF that you tote everywhere hoping for an extra 10 minutes reading. Days and hours of sleep given up in service of your education. At the same time, you're working full-time jobs, doing internships, volunteering, caring for family and children. During my 3 years at SLIS, I've seen my peers get married and have babies, move across the country and around the world, fight life-threatening illnesses, and bury loved ones. Through all of that, you still show up for your education. Every one of you has worked unbelievably hard to get here today, and I congratulate you on an achievement well earned. Why is it that all of us have worked this hard to enter this profession, to be able to call ourselves librarians? I'm certain it's not for the $1 million signing bonus, and while I wouldn't mind one of those, we do it for something deeper. It's more like a calling, a vocation. And once you've heeded that call, there's no turning back. It's really about passion. I've always loved the library, but I am coming to this profession after many years in another. And so my ideas about what opportunities existed for me were pretty basic. Yet as I moved through my classes, each course was a revelation. I felt the depth and breadth of what the profession encompasses was being like a kid in a candy store. Every class was something new. Information literacy, yes, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. Wait, hang on, instructional design? Okay, that's for me. Hold the door, cataloging? No, really, hold the door. I'm getting off here. But I was lucky enough to take a class with Dr. Robert Ellett, who we sadly lost this year. Dear, lovely, funny Dr. Bob, how you made me love the frustrations of AACR2 and the Dewey Decimal System, I don't understand. It takes a professor of uncommon charm and passion to do such a thing. But that's what I've found with every class and every professor at SLIS, passion. And the more librarians I meet of every type, it's the same thing, a deep sense of passion and commitment. However, as librarians, we have an interesting path to walk in this digital age. What we are passionate about is often reduced to an archaic view of our profession. I know you've all encountered this at least once in starting grad school. Oh, so you're gonna be a librarian. You must really love books. Okay. The rest of the conversation often goes like this. Yep, books, love them. Also, shh. Oh, hey, you shushed me. That's really, no, gee. That reductive idea barely begins to explain our passion for librarianship. While it is a good bet that most of us do love books, it's less about the book itself and more what the book represents, which is information. Librarianship is about information, the preservation, the collection, sharing, access to, and organization of information. We've just spent 43 credit hours immersed in a new paradigm of education, putting us at the vanguard of yet another technological innovation in this information age. And we emerge not only as librarians, but as information professionals, passionate about the enduring and evolving mission of librarianship. It's this shared passion that excites me to see what roads my peers will forge in the years ahead. I know several people will end up at the Library of Congress, continuing its legacy of furthering the progress of knowledge and creativity for the benefit of the American people. Some will find themselves in school libraries, helping our children discover their love of reading and learning, and academic libraries, guiding students through research and developing the critical thinking skills that are a necessary part of an informed democracy. And still others will find themselves in special libraries like law and medicine, furthering the study of the human condition. And some will take a non-traditional path, ending up in business, technology, and knowledge management, expanding the field of librarianship far beyond the library walls. Yet every one of us, no matter where our career paths may take us, end our time at SLIS instilled with a passion from committed and dedicated professors to enhance the learning and ensure access to information for all. This is the mission of the American Library Association, and by extension, it's our mission. And I leave SLIS today knowing full well each and every one of us will embody this promise in every aspect of our professional lives. I'd like to thank you all for being a part of one of the most transformative experiences of my life. I feel so lucky to have been a part of SLIS, and I can't wait to see what comes next for everyone. I'd also like to thank my parents, who have the grace to continue to tell their 44-year-old daughter that she can be anything she wants to be. So now is when I would normally jump up and down with excitement or do a 30-second dance party to show my excitement for what's gone on here today. But my mom is here with her iPhone, and she wants nothing more than to have a video go viral on YouTube. So instead, like a grown-up, I offer my heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2013 on a job very well done.
Thank you, Shelley. That was great. I'm very pleased now to introduce to you our convocation speaker, Donna Scheeder. She's the Deputy Chief Information Officer at the Congressional Research Service at the Library of Congress, and I'm thrilled that she's agreed to speak with you today. I believe that her background, career, and leadership at the Library of Congress and in several major professional associations, including the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions, IFLA, and the Special Libraries Association, SLA, will help inspire you as you move forward into the workforce and launch your career. Donna has held a range of positions at the Library of Congress in both the Congressional Research Service, where she now serves, and also has served previously as the Director of Law Library Services at the Law Library at the Library of Congress. She has a global perspective and broad international experience that connects well to our Global School of Library and Information Science. She has been especially active in IFLA, where she currently serves as the treasurer and on the governing board and is also running for president. She has conducted workshops for the Global Center for ICT and Parliaments and has presented papers and conducted workshops in Japan, Brazil, Australia, Canada. She has also been very active in the Special Library Association, having served as their president and treasurer for that association. For her extensive contributions to SLA, she has been named a SLA Fellow. She was inducted into the SLA Hall of Fame, and she received the John Cotton Dana Award in recognition of her outstanding contributions to the field of special librarianship. Donna contributes her vast experience, international perspectives, and professional leadership to our school as well as a member of our school's International Advisory Board. Donna has a broad perspective of what it means to be an information professional, and I am very pleased that she agreed to join us today to share her thoughts and perspectives with you. It is my great honor to introduce Donna Scheeder.
I want to thank you, Dr. Hirsch, for that great introduction, and Dean Bullock, distinguished faculty members, graduates, family, and friends. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here. It is a real honor to be asked to speak at this occasion, and today will be a milestone in my life as well as yours. It is a particular honor to be here at San Jose State University, an institution that notes in its mission statement, I think I'm going to take this off if you don't mind. I'm an animated speaker, and that felt to me like balancing a plate on my head while speaking at the same time. So it is an honor to be here at San Jose State University, an institution that notes in its mission statement its, quote, distinctive character, forged by its history, its location, and its vision, a blend of the old and the new, the traditional and the innovative. So except for the location part, I think the same can be said about the profession that you are entering today. It is also a tremendous honor to be asked to speak by a school that is leading the way in educating library and information professionals for the future. I spent the last 2 days at the Faculty Institute, and I was truly inspired by the passion and the creativity of the faculty and the new ground that is continually being broken here in library and information science education. Quality Matters is alive here in more ways than one. I, for one, want to hire graduates that have been through this program because you have been prepared to think and create solutions for the information issues of today and tomorrow. And to all of the graduates who will view this later that can't be with us in person today, I salute you as well. You are pioneers, all of you, in virtual learning. Wherever you are, I want to say welcome to the profession. Now, this is a day to pause and to celebrate the past and to envision the future. For parents, it is a celebration of accomplishments, both their own and that of you, their successful offspring. For professors and administrators, it is a day to be proud of a job well done. And for graduates, it is a celebration of reaching a milestone, the completion of your degree. On this day, you become a member of a profession with a distinctive character forged by its history, and one that blends the old and the new, the traditional and the innovative. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? What today is not, however, is the end of the need to learn, to grow, and to change. So for each of you, this is also a new beginning. Now, I really envy you. I wish I was at this place in the world and your age and starting out my career. At the risk of sounding like a fossil, I will admit that when I was at this point in my life, it was BC, before computers were used in libraries. I have spent over 40 years at the Library of Congress, and of course at this point you're supposed to look at each other and whisper, "She doesn't look that old." And most of it at the Congressional Research Service, and that's the department that works for Congress only. So when I started, doing research for Congress involved going to card catalogs, the Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature, and an extensive collection of reference books. The main reading room featured the largest reference collection in the world, and among other things contained a collection of phone books from all over the world. So when you were really desperate, you always could get on the phone, find some experts, and hoped they would help you. To obtain information on current events, you consulted the extensive collection of clipping files that were added to every day by the bibliographers. And our innovative services, including sending 3x5 cards of citations to public policy literature to clients who would select and return the cards for us to provide the hard copies of the articles that they wanted. Needless to say, we no longer offer that service. Our world changed with the introduction of bibliographic databases, and that was just the beginning. Our professional associations told us the information revolution was coming, and we needed to be ready. And come it has at a furious pace. So at CRS, we innovated and put our services on our client's desktop, and now, thanks to mobile technology, CRS can place its services in a member's pocket. I was reminded of how much change there has been when I visited the Computer History Museum, and as I walked through the exhibit, I pointed at artifact after artifact, saying, "Oh, I use that, and I use that." And then I thought I had better stop before they put me in the museum as well. There has never been a more exciting time to start in a library and information science profession. The world really needs your knowledge and skills that you have learned at this school, and the possibilities are endless. And having heard that your education includes such courses as Virtually Abroad and Hyperlinked Library, I am sure you are ready. There are a myriad of opportunities arising from the fact that we live in a rapidly changing world. Our profession continues to evolve in new directions. This is a world of instant information. The pace of technological change continues to accelerate as users become more mobile. Content comes in many different kinds of containers, and the globalization of the profession presents new and professional challenges. You have already faced some of them in your classes where you've had to collaborate across national boundaries and time zones. What you now face is the fact that libraries and librarians are continually challenged to transform, to innovate, and to engage their communities. And this is nothing new. The same situation existed in the library profession at the beginning of the 20th century as well. I discovered that change was our tradition when I became president of SLA and decided to do some research on the SLA founding father, John Cotton Dana. He and others founded the Special Libraries Association to provide a network for those who were responding to the needs of 20th century businesses who needed to put knowledge to work. This required innovative practices, different from what was the norm of the time. And it was similar to the demands that continue to be placed on our profession today. There was controversy surrounding some of their new methods, and yet they forged ahead. They split from the American Library Association, a revolutionary act at the time, and broke new ground with the practice of special librarianship. The addition of alignment with business to your school's strategic priorities recognizes business needs library and information sciences to help them work smarter, just as they did 100 years ago. When I look around today, I see the same thing happening. And though many might refer to digital curators, web analytics managers, information architects, emerging technology librarians, to name a few of the many and varied job titles that are out there as non-traditional librarianship, I challenge them to look at this another way. As you enter this profession, you are entering it at a point in time on a continuum of change, evolution, and transformation. Change is the tradition of library and information science, and I challenge you to make it your personal tradition as well. Why? Because I want you all to be successful and happy, and this philosophy has worked for me. When people ask me how long I have been a librarian, I usually respond, longer than I care to admit I'm old. But I will admit to you that I have been in this profession for over 40 years and have changed my methods of practice several times, or as others might say, I have reinvented myself. What I would say is this: I wanted to remain relevant. Nevertheless, it is a willingness to embrace the new that has brought me to this stage today, and I would like to spend just a few minutes sharing what has worked for me. Dealing successfully with change is the key to your future success. Hillary Clinton advises the challenges of change are always hard. It is important that we begin to unpack those challenges that confront this nation and realize that we each have a role that requires us to change and become more responsible for shaping our own future. I also find irony in the fact that the author of Peter Pan, a character whose essence is remaining the same forever, put it more bluntly. James Barrie stated, quote, "The most useless are those who never change through the years." Resistance to change is futile. So if you take one piece of advice from this speech, take this one. It is better to shape the change that is occurring in your professional world than to get run over by it. You have the power to control your own fate, but it takes some dedication and some work. Now, there are many things you can do to stay ahead of the curve and to be prepared to shape the change that confronts you every day. First, invest. You must invest in yourself and commit to continual learning. There are endless opportunities through professional associations, webinars, conferences to acquire the additional knowledge and skills you will need to reinvent your practices and yourself. However, in today's world, you cannot wait for your employer to fund these opportunities. It is up to you to value your own career enough to invest in it. And I guarantee you it will pay off in the future. When I first started to work, there was no such thing as a CIO. But when the opportunity came, thanks to the money I had spent on seminars, professional conferences, association dues, I was ready. And you will be too if you follow that advice. Second, connect. Continue to grow your network. Other people can be your best resource and source of inspiration and advice. One of the best ways to do this is to join, if you have not already, a professional association. Without my membership in SLA and later IFLA, I would not have been able to meet people all around the world who have shared their best practices, successes, and failures, and have made me a much smarter person. There has also been a lot of fun and some great dance parties along the way. The longer you work as a professional, the more valuable your network will become. But it is not something that gets built overnight. Effective networks are built on trust and strong relationships, and that takes time. So if you've not already started networking, start today. Start at the T as soon as this is over. Third, lead. Be a leader. You do not have to be a manager to be a leader. But if you are respected for your knowledge and your skills and build relationships, you will be able to work with and to influence others to get the right thing done. And that is what professional leadership is all about. Fourth, and this is so important, always be able to find the joy in what you do. Life is too short to spend time working at something that brings no joy and sense of satisfaction. And I know many of you have come here as having had a first career. So I know that you you have great faith that you're entering something that you have a passion for and you really want to do. Changing jobs can be scary, but it can also be energizing and can free you from baggage that you may have built up over time. When I changed jobs one time, I thought, why did I take so long to do this? And it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. And finally, I'm going to share some advice I heard from Michael Stevens Thursday. Be human, be yourself, and bring yourself to what you do. That is so important to building trust and finding happiness in your work. But while change may be a constant in your life, you've also entered a profession that has traditional values that should not change. These values are the foundation of our practice. As the American Library Association reminds us, the foundation of modern librarianship rests on an essential set of core values which guide us in the practice of our profession. Confidentiality and privacy, freedom of access to information for all, intellectual freedom, and service to others are the cornerstone principles of our profession and inform our practice. Sometimes these values may seem like they're in conflict, like privacy and freedom of access to information. It is important to remember that while there are ongoing shifts in the way we do business, it is these values that earn us the trust of our patrons and the respect of our communities. Some of you may find yourselves in positions where you are publicly called upon to defend these values. And actually, I heard that some of you have actually role-played these situations in class, which will probably be a great preparation. With the choices you will have to make will not always be easy, you can take comfort in knowing that an entire profession shares these values and stands with you. Now, the news has been filled the past few weeks of news of other commencement addresses, President Obama at Ohio State and President Clinton at Howard University, and both men urged the graduates to choose their work wisely and to be of service to their fellow man. Well, pat yourselves on the back, because you have done that already. You have wisely chosen to be part of a profession with a long and storied history of service to others. We have the power to change people's lives when we connect them to the knowledge that they need. Or as the Canadian author Naomi Klein stated, information, your stock in trade, ranks just below fuel as the most precious commodity coursing through the global economy. And I was never more aware of this than I was last week. I had the good fortune to attend the awards ceremonies for the National Medals for Museum and Library Services that were presented at the White House. Each recipient was accompanied by an individual with a story about how the librarian had changed their lives. And those stories literally brought tears to the eyes of the audience. Mrs. Obama concluded the ceremony by thanking us for what we quietly but oh so effectively do every day to change people's lives. And also don't forget that service to others means helping your fellow professionals. Don't forget what it was like to be a student. Remember to do some mentoring and to give back a little in return for all of the advice and support you have received along the way. So, change will be your tradition too. And as you think ahead and ask yourself, what will the libraries and librarians of the future, what will they be like? Realize that you have the power to create the answers to that question. The future is in your hands. You are part of a lasting tradition of change, and you are also very special. No one but you has come to just this place and time, with just these precise circumstances, and with the same choices that greet you. You have the power to choose and to act. Take this opportunity and be determined to act, to transform, and to create the libraries of the future, both physical and virtual. Be leaders in your profession, and you will shape our future and your own in ways that will bring you great joy and happiness. And that is my hope and wish for you today and forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Donna. That was great. That was really inspirational. So now we're going to move into calling you guys up. And so names are going to be called by me for the Gateway PhD program as I'm their coordinator, and by Dr. Pat Franks, she's the MARA coordinator, and by Dr. Linda Main as the SLIS Associate Director, and also by Dr. Marianne Harlan as the Teacher Librarian Coordinator. And today it will be an honor to be hooded by Donna Scheeder as you come across the stage. So I am going to open this with the doctoral students. Okay. So this is for our Gateway PhD program. These are our very first graduates. I'm so excited to see these students complete the program. So our first one is Marianne Harlan.
There you go. You're ready.
Woohoo! Congratulations. Okay. And then Tina Inzarella. Great. Oh, good. Congratulations. You go. Okay. And our next one is Cheryl Stenstrom. Cheryl Stenstrom. I called Cheryl Stenstrom.
There you go.
Great. And Virginia Tucker. Okay, congratulations. And Diana Wakimoto, but she's, that's it.
I will now read the names of the MARA graduates: Charity Bacon, Melissa Brown, Summer Espinoza Palacios, Laura Gassimer, Eric Hawkins. Stormy Holden, Samantha Murata, Ryan Wadley, This concludes the MAR graduates, and now I'll be announcing the beginning of the MLIS graduates. Stephanie Abijan, Leanne Acox, Dana Adams, Zeta Addison, Esteban Aguilar, Hillary Ake, Mary Alexander. Carolyn Almanzar. Jennifer Alva. Patricia Alvarado. Dudenka Anya. Kelly Anderson. Anthony Andorra, who is also the Jean Witchers Award for Professional Practice recipient. Carol Andrides. Heather Andrews, Lori Angulo, Christina Antipa, Jean Archambault, Nicole Ardelian, Megan Arlett, Elizabeth Atlas. Lori Austin. Jefferson Baker, Marlena Barber, Jacob Badiallo, Laura Barnes, Margaret Barrera. Jennifer Barton, Sasha Bogus, Erin Beard, Jessica Becker, Susan Beckmeyer. Angela Bernard, Scott Bagan, Sarah Bishop, Tara Black, Monica Blanco. Lisa Blank, Melanie Boehner. Elizabeth Bargy Potluri. Teresa Bower. Jessica Bowers, Bonnie Bowes, Anne Marie Bowie, Jennifer Bowman, Alma Brand, Rachel Brandt Fisher, Sandra Bratigam Strater. Kirsten Breslin, Sarah Bresniker, Lise Breton, Amy Brinkley, John Brockman, Katia Brodesson. Lori Bromund, Aaron Brown, Ciora Brown. Sarah Brown. Roseanne Bras, Evelyn Bruno. Sherry Bryan, Kirsten Bryant, Joe Birch, Jody Burgess, Anthony Burrick, Kimberly Bouchard, Jessica Cadiente, Carolyn Campbell, Jennifer Campbell, Amy Cannon, Jessica Canty, Evan Carlson, who is also the recipient of the award for the outstanding thesis, Matthew Carmichael, and Christine Carnevale. Cammie Carpenter, Michelle Carvelis, Kayla Casey. Jeffrey Castile de Oro, Diana Castro, Miguel Castro, Angela Chadbourne. Charlama Chaffee, Jennifer Chapman, Shuhei Chen, Yapin Chen, Ye Chen, Teresa Cheng, Barbara Childers, Sarah Chin, Rose Cho, Karen Cipresso, Michelle Clark. Joanne Clymer. Catherine Coffey, Kevin Coleman, Rose Coley, Aaron Collins, Matthew Collins, Jody Kolova. Carlin Colabella. Sarah Coney. Diane Conrad, Stephanie Conrad. Taylor Cornwell, Mara Cotta, Ellen Cawthron, Daniel Cottrell, Lexi Cowgill. Sharon Cox, Cassandra Crane, Jessica Crichton, Charles Crumpacker, Patricia DeCruz, who is also the recipient of the Shirley Hopkinson Award in the Organization of Information. Stephen Danley, Catherine Dart, Sally Davis, Jessica Deckert, Zadia Delgado. Jessica Dewey Hoffman. Robin Dexter, Jennifer Diffenbacher, Sarah Doring, Deidre Dolce, Stephanie Donnelly, John Duran, Gladys Dormito, Tiffany Duck. Angela Duncan, Elise Dunn, Susan Dunn. Linda Duong. Lisa Durkin, Iris Eichenlaub, Catherine Eisenstein, Melissa Eltherion Carr. Catherine Amy, Sarah Emerson, Sally Engelfried, John Esquivel, Dania Famitid, Brett Farian, Lisa Farino Hayes, Helen Fisher, Dolores Flowers, Michelle Formoso. Callie Faust, Laura Francabandera, Anya Franklin, Christopher Fuller, Raymond Fu, Diana Garcia. Philip Garcia, Robert Gardner. James Gormley, Gina Zhang, Catherine Gildia, Ann Gillingham, Lindy Justa, Felice Gomez Spencer. Maria Gonzalez, Marissa Gonzalez, Elizabeth Good, who is also the recipient of the Leslie Jank Award in Teacher Librarianship. Adriana Gould. Dina Gould. Adrian Graham. Jessica Green, Jennifer Greenwood, Rory Grennan, Mary Griffin. Stephanie Gritz, Hilda Guerrero. Jennifer Gulasa, Angeli Gulati, Mary Guthmiller, Isabel Guzman.
And we're going to change readers now, and so you're going to get a different pace. But however, we'll continue happily. Keithley Hale, Jimmy Hall, Anne Halpenny. Lindsay Halsell. Jessica Hansen, Stephanie Hardy, Crystal Harrison, Colleen Hathaway, Rosa. Robin Haycock, Grant Hayslip, Amanda Heath, Angela Heath, Kathleen Hebert, Cheryl Hyde, Monica Hine. Lyle Heller, Jessica Henry. Michael Herman, Elisa Hernandez, Andrew Hernandez, Ernesto Hernandez. Nicole Hester, Jason Hill, Nora Hill Luna, Sarito Hinojos, Larry Huckelman, Matthew Hohammer, Sarah Hollian. Virginia Holman, Tammy Holmes, Celeste Holtz, Catherine Hong. Sarah Hopkins, Paul Hottinger, Peter Howard, Sandra Hoyer. Kenneth Hoyt, Lisa Hubble. Margaret Huff, Catherine Hugg, Ashley Vinden, Kristen Hilton. Celia Jackson, Dawn Jackson. Iris Jang, Gina James. Mervyn Jensen, Kelly Jin, Jimmy Johnson, Marita Johnson, Michael Johnson, and we have another Johnson, Roger Johnson, Ada Jones. David Jose, Veronica Juarez Carrillo, Kathy Young. Jennifer Cantor, Tina Katz. Jocelyn Kerr, Sean Kelly, Sarah Kern, Kate Kibala, Rosemary Kaladitis, Laura Kirkland, Carrie Kitchen, Brenna Klassen. Sophia Kolidis, Jennifer Conkle. Christopher Kowalczyk. Marek Kramer, BJ Krikorian, Jessica Krill, Godhai Krishnan, Brian Kruper, Rebecca Kuhn, Rebecca Wong. Katrina Lacerna, Sarah Lefevre, Karen Lancel, Cindy Larson, Catherine LaSala, Sylvia Lorian. Barbara Lawrence, Jeffrey Lawrence, Catherine Leach, Kelsey Lee, Kitty Lee. Madeline Lee, Selena Lee. Patricia Lehar, Catherine Levinson. Sylvia Liu, Erica Lewis, Leanne Lyles, Jessica Lind, Heather Lindstadt, Holly Lipschultz, Jeffrey Lipschultz, Dana Lichtman. Lynn Litjen. Roxanne Livingstone, Hadas Livnat, who is also the Edna B. Anthony Award recipient for Reference and Information Services. Sarah Logan. Cynthia Lott, Holly Lovich, Joel Ludvigsen, Lee Luniveski, Julie Luplow. Melissa Luttrell Hill, John Lyman, Christina Limuth, Patricia Maz, Rebecca Machetta. Angie Macias Mendez. Barbara Mack, Alison McKay, Phoebe Magallanes, Tammy Magid, Mintao Hao Mai, Corina Maldonado. Diane Malmstrom. Kirsten Mandalay. Stephanie Matz, Christopher Mappa, Gina Marin, Robin Markle, Armine Markosian, Rabina Markosian, Anne Marks, Alison Marchesi. Maudine Martin, Michael Mastrangelo, Jay Mouther, Genevieve Maxwell, Catherine Mayfield, Rebecca Mays, Teresa McCarthy, Alison McCauley. Julianne McCall Bramley, Teresita McCarthy. Nadine McCachen, Devin McLean, Eric McClelland, Edward McCoy, Michael McCurdy, Kathleen MacDonald. Matthew McDonnell, Ashley McDonnell, Daphne McKinney. Thomas McMahon, Brian McManus, Ryan McMurray, Emily McNaughton, Jessica Medrano, Sarah Meldrum, Michael Mendenhall, Eleanor Mercer, April Merritt, Elise Myers, Stephanie Milner, Patricia Miranda. Jennifer Mitchell, Madeline Mitchell, Sharon Mazzota, Christy Maldrum, Maximilian Montez. Raminta Moore, Shiloh Moore. Antoinette Morales, Cindy Moran, Mary Morrill. Lauren Mulcairn, Kathleen Mullich. Catherine Munn, Rosemary Murray, Robin Myers, Elisa Nascimento, Judy Neeb, Melanie Neff, Peggy Nielsen. Michelle Norris. Stacy Novak, Mercedes Nuesca, and now we're going to change readers again. I'm going to pass over to Dr. Harlan.
It's very exciting getting this accoutrement, but it's difficult, isn't it? Okay. Eileen O'Neill, Pat Wee, Caitlin Owie, Lisa Old, Franklin Oliveira. Janet Oliver, Brianna Olson, Carmen Olson, Allison Ortiz, Reed Ostuchui, sorry. I'm so sorry. Elizabeth Ott, Amanda Ottaway, Danielle Owens, Jessica Owens, and our speaker, Shelley Owens, the award winner for the Ken Haycock Award for Exceptional Professional Promise. Heather Euler, Maria Papantasio. She was one of my students more than once, and I still butchered it. Natalia Pashkova, Erica Patsy, Brianna Patterson, Andrea Payant, Annie Pena. Madeline Pena Feliz. Elizabeth Perez. Sylvia Perez, Morgan Peterson, Allison Payton, Dinora Pinelo, Martina Podskalanova, Mary Port, Danielle Portway, Cameron Polson. Kate Protcher, Carolyn Prescott, Sarah Proctor, Madeline Pendyke. Candace Putnam. Amira Cadden, Kurt Rankin, Lauren Rasmussen, Emily Radica, Becky Rich. Valerie Redfern, Lauren Reaganhart. Sarah Reed Campbell, Cassie Rayner, Alicia Ryder, Melissa Ribeiro, Nicole Rich, Colin Rickman. Candy Riley, Tina Rinaldi, Karen Rennie, Claudia Rivas, Francisca Rodriguez. Laura Rodriguez, Russell Rowe, Tyler Rogers, and Lee Roman. Whoa! Matthew Rose, Eric Rosen, Michelle Rosenberger, Beth Rosenblum. Theodora Rudolph, Jessica Rumschlaw, Dorothy Russell. Ellen Ryan, Vasya Samuels, Michelle Sanchez, Victor Sanchez, Joanna Santos. Sarah Salt, Kelly Schmidt, Corey Schmidtbauer, Rochelle Shu. Catherine Schramm, Aaron Scott. Caitlin Scott, Sarah Scribner, Shannon Siddell, Sean Senti, Laura Thorano, Nicole Settle, Brenda Sevigny-Killen, Gianna Schaefer, Kenneth Shapiro, Telia Sherwood, Rebecca Chevy, David Shiriwasta, Lauren Seidel, Patrick Siebold, Alexandra Seek, Louis Seviers, Kimberly Sinclair, Kelly Sinlow. Ben Skeleton, Lori Slatengren, Edith Smith, Hillary Smith. Robert Smith, Lauren Snell. Yang Sig Song. Hi, Tom Sota. Jessica Souza, Lisette St. Michel, Derek Stahlcup, Meredith Steiner, who is the award recipient for the Stella Birch Hillis Award in Youth Services. Yay. Judy Stencil. Alexandra Stockdale, Carrie Stone, Vivian Strabela. Sukatafaibun. Linda Sukop and Sullivan. Kathy Swartz. Hillary Sweat. Jennifer Ta. Natalia Tabasora, Ras Takasugi, Anna Christine Taloma, Annie Tang. Ira Tanzi. Elaine Thielstrom, Kimberly Thomas, Melanie Thomason, Catherine Thompson, Colin Thorman. William Thorpe. Remy Tembrook, Chloe Tiscornia. Lisa Tobin, Stephen Tomalin. Kristen Tomasevich, Travis Truong, Tiffany Turner, Rebecca Tuttle, Jade Valenzuela, Chao Vang, Jenna Varden. Roxana Vargas. Emily Vigor, Sarah Vincent, Jeffrey Vogel, Rupali Vora, Tam Vong, Dylan Wackerman, Megan Wagner, Susan Wainscott, Kathleen Walker, Stanley Wong, Leda Ward, Tracy Ward, Shauna Warnecki. Erica Watson, Katrina Watson, Christy Weindorf. Jacob Weisfield, Michael Wentworth, Kristen Whipple, Julie Whitehead, Teresa Whitehead, Catherine Whitehouse. Kate Williamson, Carrie Wilson, Madeline Wimberly, Heather Witherow, Paul Wolf, Kyla Wong. Jennifer Wood, Carletta Woods, Kimberly Woolery, Eric Wu, Yuting Wu, Diana Wunsch, Manlia Zhang. Rachel Yamada, Chok Yao, Gina Yoon, Elizabeth Young, Stephen Young, Linda Zajac, Amelia Zavala. Christopher Zeidel, Roxanne Zolke, Courtney Schwag.
So I opened today's ceremony by reminding us that the word convocation means a calling together. Another word for today's ceremony is commencement, which means beginning. Today represents your new beginning as a graduate of our SLIS program and the beginning of what we hope will be a very fulfilling and meaningful career in the field of library and information science. I look forward to hearing of your accomplishments and contributions in the future. I hope you will stay in touch with our school, share your accomplishments with us on the Alumni Career Spotlight page, participate in SLIS Connect, and come to school receptions and online events. Congratulations, everyone, again. Woohoo! Yay! I now invite you to join us for a reception following the recessional. Please stand.